Hey guys, welcome to my vegan kitchen. I'm Michelle. I got another easy recipe for you. This time it's a dessert. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, tap on that bell, and let's make some tapioca pudding. Let's go. All right, guys, let's make some tapioca pudding. And guys, this is like the easiest. I know I say that about all of my recipes, but truly, this is really easy to make. Please do not buy tapioca pudding in the grocery store. First of all, there's too many added ingredients that you just don't know. And look at these ingredients. This is it. This is all that we're putting in here. It's so simple. It's so easy. But first, let's start with our tapioca pearls. Now, it might not be the easiest thing to find for some of you because it's not easily readily available in most grocery stores. You do have to go to like your Asian grocery store like H Mart, or where I got this was at my International Farmers Market on Buford Highway. I live in Atlanta, so I go to the Buford Highway Farmers Market. It's inexpensive. You get a whole big bag. You'll be able to make tapioca pudding all year long, tons of it. So with that being said, let's get started. Here are my tapioca pearls. And for those of you who don't know what tapioca is made from, it's basically made from cassava. It is the starch of the root vegetable cassava. So all it is it's from a vegetable. So it's vegan. Clink. All right, let me show you what to do first. We're gonna first start by soaking our tapioca pearls in water, just room temperature water, for about 30 minutes. I've had mine soaking for about 30 minutes, so we're ready to go. Get yourself some plant-based milk. You can use almond milk, oat milk. I'm using soy milk because soy milk just has more protein, and I'm always thinking, where can I get more protein? So I'm gonna use soy milk for this recipe, basically is what I'm trying to say. All right, so you have your tapioca pearls. We're gonna drain off the water and we're gonna put it in a saucepan on the stove. So I'm just gonna drain off the water, just in a regular drain. And if you come in close, you can see that's what it looks like. All right, so it's all drained off. All right, let's go over to the stove. Okay, now that we're over here on the stove, I'm gonna pour my milk, and I'm just using a ceramic cast iron saucepan. I just like the heaviness of it. All right, let's get the stove on. Let's get it to like a medium heat, and we're gonna pour in our tapioca pearls. All right, once I get that in, I'm just gonna give this a little stir. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. Turn the stove down once it comes to a boil, and you're gonna continue to stir. This sticks really easily, so don't run far, don't go too far. Once it starts to boil, you wanna be able to stir it. You don't have to consistently stir it, but you wanna make sure that the flame is low enough so it doesn't start to stick, because remember, it is starchy, so it sticks very easily. All right, we're gonna let that come to a boil, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Guys, I almost forgot, you do have to add a little bit of salt. You know, you have to add salt to these things just to kind of bring out the flavor. Now, we're not adding a lot, it's just a couple of dashes of salt. And don't worry, guys, I will have all of the ingredients listed in the description box, so don't forget to scroll down to get the ingredient list. All right, got my salt in, and let it cook. All right, guys, come on in. You have to see this. Come on. So I kind of did what I told you guys not to do. I stepped away for a second and it started to stick a little bit, but I just used a silicone spatula just to kind of lift it from the bottom. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So you see, this is what you want. You want the tapioca pearls to become translucent, to become clear. That's when you know it's ready. It's cooked and it's ready to go. So now that it's cooked, this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn the stove off. All right, I'm gonna remove my saucepan from that burner because it's a little hot and I don't want this to continue to cook. So come on in so they could see. I love playing with this. It just feels so good. I love swirling it around. Anyway, this is what we're doing now. We're adding some vanilla. So go ahead and add some vanilla. We're gonna add some maple syrup. You know what? Before I even add the vanilla, I did want to mention to you guys, I use soy milk. However, you can make it a richer, creamier tapioca pudding by doing coconut cream. You could use coconut cream. You can also use coconut milk, the full fat. Just keep in mind, it does add calories, more calories to your pudding. And I'm trying to still keep this, kind of on the, I don't want to say healthy, but lower in calories. All right, with that being said, let's add in the maple syrup. Or you could use agave. So you could use either one. Let's get all of that in there. Come on in so you can see it. It's now nice and caramelly. So it's becoming that nice caramel color. It smells so good. Pretty much you can leave it like this, but I would tell you I'm still trying to be conscious of making this an almost healthier version, or I shouldn't say healthier, more beneficial for my body. So what I normally do to make this not feel like a guilty pleasure, I add some chia seeds, and I'll add maybe a tablespoon or two of chia seeds, and then swirl that around. Make sure you get that all in there. Now that is optional, guys. You do not have to add chia seeds. You can leave it out. It will taste just as good. But like I said, I like to add that extra omega-3, also, extra protein, just to kind of make it like a healthier version of what it should be. All right, now that we have it in that beautiful consistency, let's put it in containers before we pop it in the refrigerator. All right, let's get our tapioca pudding right over here. Okay, let's get rid of, see, it's starting to stick a little bit, so let me just remove that. All right, pop that in there, and I bought these beautiful little dessert cups. So you can put them in whatever you want, but I like to separate it. You can put it all in just one container, but I think it's better when we separate it. We're gonna pop it all in these little containers. I'm trying to be mindful of my portion size, so that's why I like these little containers, because I just think that I eat less. I get just the amount that I want. And it looks like I put a lot of chia seeds in these. Sometimes I only do 1 tablespoon. It depends on how much tapioca I want, but chia seeds are just good for you. So why not just put as much as you can when you can? All right, let's get the last one in here. It was the perfect amount, 4 servings. Ooh, look at all that good stuff that's left in there for me to lick. I'm just teasing. All right, let's even them all out. Well, this one didn't get enough. Get it all in there. And there we go, guys. Now, you're gonna place this in your refrigerator. It doesn't have to be for hours and hours and hours. You just want it to cool down. Sometimes I will leave it overnight, but just make sure it cools down. You didn't see that. So let me go pop this in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna taste it. I've been on this tapioca pudding kick for the last week or so. So I've had this pre-made in the refrigerator for a couple of days. And this has been my dessert like all last week. So I'm really enjoying tapioca pudding. I'm really trying to reduce my calorie intake, and this has helped me with my sweet tooth. With this, you can add fresh fruit if you like. Sometimes I'll add strawberries, I'll add blackberries, raspberries. You can add cacao nibs and also some fresh cinnamon. That will help with circulation. Tell you, I'm always trying to make this a little bit better. And that is my dessert, my healthy dessert, right? Some chia seeds in there. Tapioca is so good. This is one of those desserts that I made all through my kids growing up, because once we went vegan, we couldn't do Jell-O anymore. So that was like their thing. So I was like, I'll make something still, kind of like desserty. And this actually worked. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, because it's really good. All right, here, let's taste it. I'll tell you guys, my favorite dessert, I'm not a cake girl. I like pies because I like the fruit inside. I don't like the pastry. But puddings are like my favorite dessert. Chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, tapioca pudding. I love the cream. It just feels like just really cozy. Mm, so good. All right, guys. There you go. Another easy recipe. Thank you guys so much for joining me in my vegan kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe, tap on that bell so you get all the reminders whenever I come out with new videos. And again, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time in my vegan kitchen. Bye, guys.